Hey, Facebook. What's going on? It's your host, Dre Cervantes, along with my co-host from the podcast, Pete Malini. We're here live from Nostalgic Books and Comics in San Gabriel, California. And this is one of our I've been trying to figure out how to do more extra shows, more content throughout the week than just us popping on and talking whatever nonsense that we always do on Monday nights. So Wednesday nights, I said, Pete, we should get together on Wednesday night here and talk about the new comics that come out.
New comics every Wednesday.
I mean, I'm sure Paul Grimshaw will want to punch me in the face because this is something that he does for his comic shop on Tuesday nights on Twitter. So, sorry, Paul. I didn't. But why not?
Yeah.
But we'll have our own interesting take on talking comics here at Nostalgia Books and Comics. So today we have a few interesting books that came out today. We were Pete and I in the pre-show we were talking about Secret Empire number 4. I have not been reading this out of protest.
Out of protest? Are you protesting it really?
It just I don't like this concept of evil Captain America. I mean, come on, it's ridiculous. Evil Captain America. And you were giving me a lot of insight about the storyline because I obviously I haven't been reading it, so I'm not on top of it. And you were saying that
it's really complicated. So apparently there's a history where Hydra won World War II, and then America,
the fuck,
and then America used a cosmic cube to make so they won, and
oh no, all right, we're back. I should have hooked up to the store Wi-Fi. I'm using my own. But so he forgot that his mind was wiped because Hydra apparently. Well, Captain America has always been a Hydra agent, and then
and that's how they won the war because Cap was working for them.
Apparently, Captain America was a Hydra agent, which is wiping away 70, 80 years worth of comic book history of Captain America being a symbol of America. Apparently, it turned out he was a Hydra agent the whole time. America got their hands on a cosmic cube
and rewrote it.
Rewrote history. Yeah. And I can't even with this.
But like we talked about earlier, though, it's a cosmic cube, so that could be all bullshit too.
These cosmic cubes, for those who understand, in comic book parlance, they have all these little MacGuffins, all these things that this cosmic cube allows you to warp reality to what you prefer. Like, we can make this how you want it to be, and it's madness to me. Like, cause you have all these movies and you have these comic book writers who apparently are running out of ideas, and they make Captain America into a bad guy.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of interesting though, because I think I mentioned it earlier about how in the Free Comic Book Day book, we find out that even though he's doing all this, he's still worthy.
Yeah. On Free Comic Book Day, they released a Secret Empire 0. And what happened in that book, Captain America is trying to justify what he's done. He's talking to Sharon Carter. I'm telling the second hand off of what Pete told me. And they find Thor, who's defeated, and normally Thor's hammer, only people who are worthy can pick it up. So inherently, someone evil cannot pick it up. And Sharon Carter calls him evil, and he goes and he picks up the hammer, and dun dun dun, OMG, WTF, oh what the fuck? Yeah. And it's just pure madness, I say.
And the funny thing is that Nick Spencer is really good at tying stuff into like current events. And someone was saying that this is like fake news. Like this is the whole
This is the comic book of fake news.
Yeah.
That is actually horrifying. Yeah. And then as I flipped through the comic and I saw Captain America in his Hydra gear, he looks like Hitler.
Yeah, they're going full on.
He looks like a mad emperor. Okay, I don't even want to continue on that. I want to talk about the second Marvel book that I saw here on the shelf, The Defenders, because it clearly appears that they're going full bore into this Netflix thing. They've created a Defenders team that seems to be exactly like you've seen on Netflix.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's like Bendis is right there.
Oh, Brian Michael Bendis, the guy who created the current version of Jessica Jones that we've seen.
Yeah, and so the whole concept is basically like the Kingpin's out of picture, and now there's like a power vacuum. People trying to take over, and the Defenders. This team comes together. It's like, nope, we're not letting that happen. We don't want another Kingpin. And someone steps up that starts causing some shit and causes
Defenders writers are like, yeah, we have a not shitty Iron Fist.
Yeah.
We have the actual Iron Fist. We have Luke Cage, who now is more and more looking like the character from the show. And look, Jessica Jones, now they turned her into Kristen Ritter as well. And then we got Daredevil, clad in black, probably a little bit more along the lines of where the media is kind of leading the books now.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, no, the thing is, like, that's the cool thing about this book. Is a lot of people aren't when they first announced it, they thought it was just going to be like a takeoff on the Netflix thing. Mm-hmm. But it's actually in the continuity of Marvel right now.
Oh, so this isn't just so this is in continuity, as opposed to the continuity destruction that's going on in this book over here. That is insane. But,
and it's really cool. It's really good. It's a really good read. The first issue is really good.
Oh, like Brian Michael Bendis is one of my favorite writers. I really have enjoyed pretty much almost everything he's written because I really like he writes clever.
Yeah.
And I think I'm clever, and I love reading clever shit. I'm amused by it.
And the thing is that I read a review this morning that compares it to New Avengers.
Oh, this book?
Yeah. So
I might need to find $4.99. Good God, Marvel! For fuck's sake! I might need to find $4.99, and I might need to start picking this up. So that seems pretty interesting. Yeah. I feel much more positive about this one than I do about Secret. I'm scared to look at the price. Oh, it's only $3.99.
No, the first one.
The first one was $8, $7.
No, that's Marvel's thing now. All first issues are $4.99.
All first issues are $4.99. Even though this one is kind of like almost wafer thin. No, actually, it's not that. Yeah. It's not that skinny, but it's okay. I have to apologize to anyone who's commenting. I cannot read the comments. I'm going to have to bring up. I think the next time we do this, I'm going to have to bring a laptop and hide it right here so I can read the comments. But if I go eagle eye here, it looks like our boy Sam Zia is commenting on the. He commented as us, and so Cap voted for Trump. Yeah. Yes, I would presume that Captain America voted for Trump, and I think Bushy Bradley, what is going on? We're doing a comic book show on Wednesday. This is what we're doing. We're doing a comic book show. This is a show based. It's purely comic books. Because sometimes on the Monday night show, I feel like maybe we get bogged down in video games. So I wanted a show that's focused just on comic books. We're talking about the brand new comics that came out today. As long as I can remember to come by here every Wednesday, we're gonna try to do this every Wednesday and talk about the brand new books. So something that I was personally excited about, which DC Comics has been doing these crazy Looney Tunes and DC. This is hilarious. Yeah. Because on this one right here, we have the Legion of Superheroes with Bugs Bunny. Yeah. And it's kind of a recreation of the old Legion of Superheroes when they don't allow Superman to become part of of their futuristic Legion. And we got Bugs Bunny dressed up as Superman. Yeah. And so tell me about this whole DC Looney Tunes business.
They a couple years ago they did a thing where they put the Looney Tunes on variant covers for DC, and those ended up being the most popular variant covers of the year.
Wow.
Like those things blew up.
Even more so than the remember when they did those holographic really pain in the ass ones?
I think it was after that, but I think it was just like
people really dug the Looney Tunes.
Yeah, because at that point they were just doing these variant covers where
so you get like Duck Dodgers, like Daffy Duck as Green Lantern, Bugs Bunny as Superman.
Yeah, they were really cool too. They were really cool because they had actual Warner Brother animators working on them, so they were really cool. And so they've been trying to incorporate that for a while, and because I think DC's getting smart with that because they're using the Hanna-Barbera stuff. Now they're trying to incorporate more Looney Tunes stuff.
See, this is the one advantage I feel that DC Comics has over Marvel, where they control everything. Yeah. Where everything falls under this Warner Brothers umbrella. They did not go bankrupt in the late 80s, early 90s, and were forced to sell off everything, which is why we have these TV shows and movies all under control of different people, and we have all these a shattered vision, so to speak, of everything from the Marvel side, where everything doesn't really connect, where DC Comics can work with everything else within Warner Brothers and do cool stuff like this. And me personally, I love this because Martian Manhunter is one of my favorite comic book characters, and we have him here with Marvin the fucking Martian, and this is hilarious. There's a new Martian in town. Nah! I really want to read this later, just because I really like Martian Manhunter, because he's one of my favorite DC characters, because he's basically Batman and Superman combined.
Yeah.
But you can stop him with fire.
Damn, that's true.
And or you can stop him with a nice big plate of Oreos.
Yeah,
as
that's
well,
true.
or
That's true.
Chocos later. When litigation started, they had stop calling them Oreos. They'd start calling them Chocos, so they wouldn't get sued by Nabisco.
Yeah.
But this is very interesting. I saw it. I mean, like I want to peruse them later. And I like Preacher's coming back.
Yeah.
I'm going to sidetrack. This is still comic book related.
Yeah, it is.
Preacher. This looks. The second season looks a lot closer to the comic book than that first season, because I only watched maybe like 2 or 3 episodes of that Preacher, of the Preacher show, and I was kind of like,
Yeah.
This is not what I came here for. Preacher is one of the books that really fucked up my life. Or I shouldn't say fucked up my life. It really warped my perception of what a quality comic book should be, because this book was insane.
Yeah.
A guy who gains the power to command anyone, or the quote unquote the word of God, and in the comic book he's being hunted down by God, or he's hunting down God.
Yeah.
And in the TV show it's been a bit more
It's
ambiguous to try to not offend the Bible part, I feel.
It seemed like they're going really conspiracy on it too. Like, remember we talked about it. It felt like they were going to go aliens instead of God.
Yeah, it really seemed that way. Where it was a lot of the vibe of the early episodes of the show really felt like they were going more for that 50s sci-fi, where they're going to make everything alien related instead of God, instead of it's literally God who is fucking with this main character Jesse Custer because he possesses this power and so on and so forth. I'm glad they still kept the Irish vampire, and then the wonderful Ruth Negga, who came off of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and now she's on this Preacher show. And from the scenes I've seen of her, she looks like she's having a ball.
Yeah.
She looks like she's having fun, and that seems like it's going to be a really cool. I don't know. The second season, I saw the. I don't know if it was you that posted, or someone posted an image. They showed Air Star.
Yeah.
The one of the true main bad guys from the comic book, where they actually show him bald in his freaking white suit with the red tie. He's a super psychotic religious zealot who's trying to take it, who is also kind of like inceptioning himself. Yeah. It's pretty crazy. At first, I wasn't with the show, but now that I'm seeing that they're really turning. Like, I saw the Saint of Killers. And I was like, okay. They got me now. I want to go back and watch the first season. I want to rewatch that, and then now I'm excited for this second season that's coming up pretty soon here on AMC.
Yeah, it's like next month.
Or pretty soon. I mean, I know better. Let's see. Monday is June 25th, so in just a few weeks. Yeah. Because I know personally, Better Call Saul is about to come to an end.
That's this week, right? Next week.
Next week is the last episode. So Better Call Saul, quality fucking television, if I do say so myself.
That's good stuff, man.
And so you were saying there's this crazy. The last book we're going to talk about is called The Forge. I'm going to need you. Well, you said this is complicated.
It's very complicated.
I'm going to need you to do what I do the best and dumb it down.
Okay. So basically, this is we talked about this before. Like like writers like Grant Morrison and Mark Waid and stuff. They like to set stuff up from like different books that they've worked on.
Yes. And
then they have an event where it's like all that stuff we talked about,
it's going to pay off. Like like these old school writers, they like to reward long-term readers, where you set something up, you create a situation, you plant these seeds. That's the phrase I should probably use. Yeah. You plant these seeds, and then, as you're saying, this story, The Forge, this is not this for Zack Snyder.
No,
Zack Snyder.
Scott Snyder.
Scott Snyder. Wrong Snyder.
Yeah.
My bad. That's on me. My mistake. So Scott Snyder, the writer who's been writing Batman.
He wrote Batman, all 52 issues. Before Rebirth.
Before the Rebirth. Now it's Tom King.
Yeah, Tom King, Batman. So essentially what it is there has been some type of huge conspiracy this whole time that Batman's known about, but hasn't told anybody. Because he's typical Batman.
Batman. He's going to solve it himself.
And so essentially what we're finding out is that there is something in the Earth's core that is causing like just mayhem, and we don't know what it is. And they're hinting, because this leads into another book, which leads into the big summer event.
Because it looks like you got Owlman over here, and you got freaking Cap and these alternate covers. Yeah, you got Cap and Aquaman, and you got not Cap. Cap. I'm so mad about this book that's messing me up. You got Batman, Aquaman, and Batman and Superman over in this other variant cover. You got a whole bunch of variants.
And so, because this leads up to this big event, which comes out in August, I believe. It's called Dark Knight Metal, and that is the big. This is like Scott Snyder, Greg Capullo reuniting.
Oh, really?
And we know very little of anything.
So is this a one-shot right here?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is just an individual issue that's supposed to set up this other bigger thing. And like, we got Plastic Man right there. Good old Plas.
Yeah.
Trapped as an orb. This is very interesting. I might have to peruse this later
and
myself.
But that's the thing. We have no idea what DC Metal is, but this is what leads to it.
Okay, good. So they're setting up a lot of things because we have that Doomsday Clock later on going on.
That's in November.
That's in November, and then we're gonna have this super heavy metal. Is it previewed back here or no? Or to be continued or? Nope. It's just a cruel joke. No. Because through them you'll find is horror. And I'm saying, well, Dark Days: The Forge.
Yeah.
Is that this?
Yeah.
I'm holding the book.
And so Dark Knight's Metal is the big event, and I tell you, we don't know much about it.
Metal as the Mettle, as in his fortitude, his ability to survive things.
No, like the element.
Oh, the element. Oh.
Yeah.
You let me run that one for a little bit.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, we don't know what it's about. They've released very little information about it, but the thing is, DC just announced they're doing midnight releases for this book.
Oh, I remember I was here for the other midnight release for the Rebirth.
So like that's the thing that's crazy because they don't throw midnight releases around, you know.
No, it's very rare. This is not like video games where they do a lot of midnight releases or 9 p.m. releases.
So usually when they do that, it's because they feel like this is gonna be
something important, like Justice League #1, the first book from the New 52, and then Rebirth, the end of the New 52, and into this current rebirth of their book where they've overtaken Marvel Comics. And
so that people feel that this is gonna be a big thing. This DC Dark Knight Metal.
Interesting. That's something we'll have to look forward to down the line. Now, are there any other books that came out today that you personally are pretty excited about? Some Pete's pick. Pete's pick.
Man.
Is that something that we didn't already talk about that you feel like you are? I don't know if you got a chance to read. I know you have a business to run here. We are here at Nostalgia. You can see this amazing mural behind us, drawn by a previous guest on the show, Enrique Cruz, a talented artist, and he will not tell you that he's talented, but he is talented, in my opinion. He is a curmudgeon, but he is a talented curmudgeon.
That is true.
He draws a new one every year during Free Comic Day, correct?
Yeah.
That's the kind of fun stuff you'll find here at Nostalgic Books and Comics.
Oh, yeah.
Remember, you can always go to nostalgicbooksandcomics.com. You have a website, right?
Yes.
Remember, you can always go to the website. Pete will get you comics.
Yeah. It's the longest website in the world. It's nostalgicbooksandcomics.com. All one word.
All one. Circulate the URL, so to speak.
It is,
But is there anything today that came out that you'd recommend, or did we already talk about a book that you would recommend?
Yeah, I mean, like the Forge is like
the Forge is the one you'd recommend because this is setting up the. So when did you say that Dark Knight Metal?
It's August.
So that's going to be before the Doomsday Clock. So this is their next event. This is the next not a giant galaxy spanning event.
No,
it's kind of more of a contained event.
I think that's
the recent one.
Yeah, I think that's the other thing that's interesting is that DC, doesn't really do events anymore. Like they'll have them every once in a while.
But they're not going like Marvel every 6 months. Here's a new event. All the comics that you read every month are ruined for the next 2-3 months. I remember the one that broke me was what was the one that broke me? It was the one that Nick Fury stole the Watcher's eyes. Original Sin. That is where I stopped buying Marvel crossovers. I'm like, this event is stupid, and it messed up all the comics I was reading. Iron Man, and I was reading.
It was all tied into all that.
And there's all these different tie-ins, and it just ruined everything. I can't. I'm gonna have to bring a laptop for the next time we do this. I'm gonna have to bring a laptop. I can barely read the comments because normally when we're doing this, when we're doing the Monday night show, I have the phone right in front of my face. But this time I wanted to make sure you could see the mirror. You could see both of us talking and BSing about comic books. Yeah. So Pete's pick would be the Forge. Pete's pick is the Dark Days: The Forge. Be on the lookout for that one. That one just came out today. Yeah. They did a very Marvel thing, and it's $4.99. But you get the nice. It's the fancy paper. Fancy paper. It's very nice. Beyond that, I know personally. I don't know. Has Saga come out anytime recently? I know that's one of my favorite books.
Yeah, it came out 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago. Oh, see, if I'd been on the ball, we would have been talking about that 2 weeks ago. But now I'm getting back in the ball. We're trying to create more content for the people who are fans of Dre's Geek Philosophy. So, like I said, we're going to try to do this every week. It's more of a shorter form, free form show.
Yeah.
I try to come over here after Pete's already shut down the store. That way we don't have any nosy, crazy comic book people trying to get in here, trying to shove their faces in here. But maybe we will have if our good friend Andrew Cruz comes by, we can force him to get on camera.
There you go.
And embarrass him, or any of our other friends who are in the area who want to do this. But yeah, this is a more short form show. There's no real set time limit. But again, we'll be doing stuff like this. I know me and Sam are going to try to do some more like very gaming specific ones where I'll go to his house and we'll talk about whatever gaming stuff is going on, more of a specific short form, more content for all of you that are fans of the show. So that's pretty much it. I am Dre Cervantes. This is Pete Molini. Remember, you can always buy comics from Pete Molini. Nostalgic Books and Comics.com. He will happily help you. It'll be on. And just make sure you mention the podcast, and Pete might hook you up, son.
There you go.
Wiggity rack, son. Wubba lubba dub dub. I love Rick and Morty.
Yeah.
All right. So thank you to everyone. I'm going to run around.
There he goes.
I'm going to run over here. Thanks for those of you. Oh, Plastic Man. That's what you said. But yeah, we noticed the Plastic Man tease in there. But all right, thank you for any of you who tuned in or anyone who watches this later on. I'm Dre. That's Pete. Thank you for watching. We'll see you guys on Monday for our regular podcast. Good night. Boop.